Okay, thanks for having me, everybody. To be clear, this talk changed 30 minutes ago. It was geared originally for really the individual that was seeking a job in more of the corporate field, major career advancement. And I started thinking, man, we're talking about people that are already there. These developers are highly decorated. They're CC everything. They've got, projects that are just fantastic, and they're experts. So how can I make it tie into today? So then I open a Red Bull, and then I drink, and I kill a minute. As you all look at me and wonder what I'm going to say next. Yeah. All right. So the AntiResume is about looking at when you're seeking a promotion or career advancement where you're at currently, or you're seeking a new job. Is that better? Yeah. Is that better? That's better. All right. The AntiResume is about looking at seeking career development where you're at right now, or a new job with a different lens. And that means sometimes we have to pull ourselves out of the viewpoint of, we want this, how do I fit into the box, the success criteria that they consider to be worth the additional dollars that my talent is likely worth, into looking at it more like, what are the things that really matter to me, and doing exercise that require the self-evaluation, kind of that self-reflection Robert Half was talking about, to determine what have I done in the past that have gotten me where I'm at? What are, at this particular role and this particular job I'm trying to get, or career promotion? My short-term goals, what are those? What are my long-term goals? And how does it all tie up? And does this facilitate me getting where I want to be? I can tell you from experience that those are sometimes hard conversations to have, right? Because you're being interviewed in most cases, and so to be interviewing the interviewer is weird. Has anybody had that experience? I'm just looking out, yes. Okay, so we got some Zilcon guys that are like, I have totally done that. This conversation isn't for everybody. If you're still working towards really getting to the place where you're evaluating the employer, or the place that you're looking to be at, then maybe this flash talk isn't for you. But if you are looking at that next step, some things that might help, I've taken some notes, are the following. Understand the business. You want to understand as much as you can the company that you're talking to. And how you can do that's real easy. You guys are all very intelligent, so researching the company, taking a look at their financial health, trying to learn as much as you can on the Indeed and the Glassdoors of the world to find out, what their company culture is like, And those kind of tools help prepare you. One very valuable thing that I recommend, whether you're going in for a promotion where you're at, or you're seeking a new big leagues job altogether, is come with an agenda yourself. That is, again, after doing the exercises of a self-evaluation and reflection and where you want to be and can this place do that for me, having those bullets and being prepared kind of takes you out of the hot seat, like the sweat stash, like I have right now. Can you see it? Like I have a sweat stash. The buttons aren't helping. But seriously, we all feel uncomfortable when we're in that seat and we're being asked these questions, like we're the only person that, is on the seat. And truly, they're in the hot seat as well. So understanding, what does their org chart look like? These executives and decision makers will definitely put you in another league, right? Not the individual that's just answering the questions that they're asked, but comes prepared with an agenda, with an understanding of their business, the hierarchy of who's there currently, and talk about the things that they really want out of the job and that they can add value to it. Another good thing to think about when you go into a situation where you're asking for a promotion, more money, or can I have this job, please, because I'm definitely qualified. I see there's like one person laughing. Thank you. I thank you. Okay. Is always be ready, because it's going to happen. They're going to do things, if it's a large corporation, that are based off what they call the STAR interview process, where they're going to ask you, tell me about a time where you've ran into a difficult situation, and then what did you do about it? If you're not ready for that question and have something solid prepared, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for people to not be prepared in that case, and that's something you can do to ready yourself. And what's funny is if you flip it. So you ask questions. These are some example questions that you can use, such as, what do you like about your company culture now, and what would you like to change about it? Right? So when you flip the seat, the sweat beads appear on another person's face. And it also helps to get a perspective straight from the cow's mouth of how they feel about their business. I've got a lot of notes here. I'm going to take just a second to review because I have too many notes. That's why. So, negotiating. It's up there with one of my favorite things to do. Yes? Okay. I thought you were telling me peace. I've got 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, guys. 788. No. When it comes time to negotiating, and again in large corporations, it can be grueling. The last career move that I made, it was a 7-month process and over 8 interviews. And it's serious. So once you've gotten past being the lure and, hey, I'm the candidate to call back, into now we've gone into interviewing the company, like, man, are you sure? I don't know if I want to come here or not. Remember that you really clearly identify the things that were on your self-eval list. Prior to getting your offer letter. There's that time between your interviews, multiple interviews, and receiving that offer letter, and that's the time to really make sure that those things are clear. That's really all I have today about getting a baller job. Does anyone have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
What question have you asked in an interview of a company that really deer in the headlights, how can we take that kind of control?
So, yeah, so really one of them is definitely you. I said it and I'll say it again. Oh, I'm sorry. What type of hot seat question can you put out that really can make a big impact with the employer? What's the real deer in headlights question? One of them for sure is what do you like about your culture now and what would you change? That's an easy one. And then you can always ask, this is kind of a difficult, and it's 3-part, but what are the initiatives that you have on the horizon that are going to change the way that you do business today? I mean, that one's a long one, and it's hard. And if that person doesn't know the answer, that's really going to make them be nervous, because it's really important for somebody that's interviewing a candidate to really understand, what are the business initiatives here? What was your annual revenue? Where are there deficits? What hole can I plug, right? What problems are there? So really that's another one, is what problems are there here? Anything else, guys? Yes, sir.
What suggestions do you have for candidates to really make sure they identify with the company, just kind of outside the interview process?
That's a good question. So Andrew asked, how can you identify with the company? Is that right? That you are also interviewing outside? Okay. I do relational sales. It's very, very important that you do a number of things. I do the whole criminal crime scene, 7 whiteboards, look up everybody. This person goes to this person like this. Look at them on social profiles. Look at them on Wiki, on every site that you can, and kind of build an idea of familiarity around who I might be dealing with. But if I'm in the meeting and I'm already across from the individual, I'm looking for cues on the walls and with the person that I can relate to, or tell a story of something that I feel might, very short story, not a long story. I'm gonna backtrack. Do not tell a long story, even if you're asked. They will hate you. But if you see that, you know, there's like, they've got, you know, OU whole family up there, and that's actually the ball team that you like, don't be super obvious, but, you know, you may say something about that. And that's going to have a relational tug with the person you're talking to that could help them be like, yep, for sure, Andrew's the guy. He likes the O to the U, you know, kind of thing. You never know. But if you study the company's history on all the sites that are available, including like their 10K, I mean, go all the way to that point. You're going to find videos on YouTube even of the CEO talking about, this is what we stand for, and here's our diversity. Here's what we're, you know, looking at doing for diversity and inclusion. We really care about that, or we care about, you know, conservation, or we really care about, you know, whatever their things are that they care about outside of making money or producing what they're producing is a great way to connect with the company that you're seeking to get employment with.
Thank you again, Eve. So our last lightning speaker is